Good morning. I am so excited to see you all out here in Coaches, Consultants, and Trainers Network. Today is a very, very special day. Today we have Dave, the Monster Motivator. Hey, Dave, how are you?
Hey, Trina, how are you? Hope all is well. I'm excited to be here, and thank you for inviting me.
Yes, yeah, it was one of those things where when I had a conversation with you, I'm like, I need to have you come in and talk to the group. We have quite an amazing group of people here. Everyone in here, they're all coaches,
Mhm.
consultants, or trainers. And some of them maybe want to be speakers, but they all work in the personal development field. They're all helping people get from where they are to where they want to be. And I just thought you would be an awesome person to have in here to talk about that.
I love it. I love it, and definitely been my wheelhouse for years, and has personal development has actually probably saved my life. And I don't mean to over exaggerate here, but it just since 2006 when I got introduced to it, absolutely. It's just a lifestyle change, and I'm a big believer in this. I think your audience will really connect with this. That any program, any product that when it comes to business
Yeah,
that doesn't have personal development in it is just not complete.
right. You know
I,
what?
I
I
firmly
agree.
believe that. Yeah.
I agree. That's a pretty neat thing to say. And I think a lot of people just aren't even aware. They just I have a saying, you don't know what you don't know till you know it.
Yep. Yes.
I wasn't aware of personal development other than reading like the Chicken Soup for the Soul books and then seeing the movie The Secret. But
Mhm.
I didn't really know a lot about it. Maybe it was my age or where I was in my life until 2016. So
Mhm.
at the end of 2016, really. So I mean, it's only been like 3 years since I even started working in it. And now I'm like, oh, I wish I'd been doing this since my 20s.
Well, great. Two points, two great points. I'd love to go deeper on. Right. Number
Okay, good.
one is I had to learn this myself. I got introduced to personal development early on through marriage counseling. Right. So that's how
Okay,
I got
yeah.
introduced to that. But I
Good for you for going to marriage counseling. A
Well,
lot of guys don't go back.
that's a whole story in itself that
Uh-huh.
I love to share with people. But um, I had to once I started to get once I got introduced to personal development, all of a sudden just questions and I just couldn't get enough of it. But what I found myself doing, like a lot of people in the very beginning, is throwing up on everyone, right? It's
Yeah.
sharing everything I'm learning, everything, and then you need to learn this, you need to get this, you need. And what I learned from my first mentor, which was my marriage counselor, and she actually became my personal development mentor. She said, Dave, not everyone is ready.
Right.
I had to I had to think through that, like, because I'm just like, that's where I get my name, the Monster Motivator. I just like, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. So
They would
he
be
said,
ready if they knew.
right, but they just weren't ready, right? And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
and you years ago, like you said,
Uh-huh.
you were introduced to it, but you just weren't ready, right?
Yeah.
There's I believe that life is made up into different trifectas.
Yeah.
I don't know what three is, but the number three, I can give you four or five life trifectas that I believe is life 101. But one of the things is I have a morning routine called the Monster Momentum Morning.
Uh-huh.
And the tagline is ask, align, and allow.
Oh, nice.
When you ask and you align yourself with what you're asking for, I think the third step is where a lot of people get caught up. You have to now step back and
Mm,
allow that to come through. Because if you understand who we are, we're just a massive energy vibrating at a high rate of speed, walking around in these meat suits. That's
yes.
that's it.
I love
That's
it. Me.
exactly who we are. So I wanted to go a little deeper on that because I had to learn, and I'm still learning that personal development is a lifestyle, right? It's
Uh-huh.
not the diet. It's a
Right.
lifestyle, right? It's a
Yeah.
lifestyle that is an evolution and a journey all in one. So yeah, I love that. And I know that we haven't known each other a long time when it comes to the calendar, but we definitely clicked. And
Yeah.
there's just some people you click instantly. It's just that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Same page. You'll find most of the people, especially the people in this group,
Mhm.
are pretty much on the same page as us. So
Mhm.
you're talking to a pretty wonderful group. They're some of them are just getting started in it, but some of them are also knowing like I got to share this with everybody.
Yes.
They're at that point. And then there's some that are like, I keep trying and I'm trying to get clients and it's you know they're a little stuck maybe,
Yeah.
and might want some help. So I'm really excited about our topic today. So you're gonna help us a little bit with that?
Yeah. So, it's great that you went there because I love to share, give everyone a little bit of an overview of who I am, where I came from,
Yeah.
and where I see myself going. Is uh, I'll go back to the very beginning. I was put up for adoption at birth. I was in an orphanage for the first 18 months of my life in North Philly. I'm from the East Coast. It usually takes people about 13 seconds to figure that out.
Figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Born and raised in New Jersey, and came out to Southern California in 2008. But growing up, left back in the second grade, diagnosed with ADD, said I had a learning disorder, never graduated high school. And at 19, I'm sitting in a jail cell looking at 8 to 10 if things don't go my way.
Right.
So growing up, I was brought up in a push-pull environment. I was adopted at 18 months old, but by two amazing, amazing human beings. And my mom, when I tell you she was supposed to be my mom, no matter what the circumstances were, that is, it was in the cards that she was supposed to be my mom. And growing up, when I mean a push pull environment, the people with the degrees on the wall, right? Trying to figure out why I can't learn in that cookie cutter mode, why it's hard for me to concentrate, why is school so difficult for me when we're not, my two favorite classes were always gym and recess, right?
Right. Mine too.
My two favorite and lunch. But and thank God for sports, I would have been in even more trouble. But they were trying to figure me out, and they kept telling me I was broke. Right? There's something wrong with them. But my mom never bought into it. And from the moment that I could remember, she would tell me I was a gift from God, and that she was the definition of unconditional love. And Trina, I tested that unconditional plenty of times,
I
and she
bet.
came through. She came through. She never bought in to I'm broke.
Uh-huh.
She would say I'm just unique.
Hmm.
And so it was that push pull environment. And I credit my mom early on helping me build that bulletproof self image, that personal development then picked up. And I've never looked back. I haven't looked back since. Doesn't mean there hasn't been valleys, doesn't mean there hasn't been peaks. It's
Right.
part of the journey. But when I look back, she really was the foundation for helping me create and start to build that bulletproof self image. And I believe that every the greatest gift any adult can give any child, whether it's your child or not, is a bulletproof self image, because you're going to teach that child how to fish instead of that child thinking that people have to fish for them.
Right. Right. Yeah. That's fantastic. I kind of wish I would have learned that lesson before my daughter turned 25.
But you know what?
I did too many things for her, but I learned a lesson by doing so much for her. She wasn't able to do things by herself. So she went through the teenage years
Mhm.
when she was 25.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
literally, like, how do I do this? And I don't know,
And I think that's such the value in that message, Trina, that you can share is so golden, because most women are caregivers at their
yeah,
core, right? And they're always in last place, right? Everyone is always in front,
yep,
always in front because of the guilt and because of all that. But and then that's probably another topic for another day, but that is so important,
Yeah.
because you literally have been there and done it. And I'm such a big believer that you can have all the theory you want in life. To me, theory is just hasn't been tested. We
Yeah.
don't know if it works, and really it gets in the way, right?
Yeah.
For the doers.
Right.
I want to learn and follow the people that have been there and done it. And that's why the other reason I think we connected, right? There's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. To me, knowledge is unorganized information. Wisdom is the real. That's why we could both sit down with an 85-year-old person right now, male or woman, and sit there and just listen to them, right?
Yeah.
Because they've been there and done that. So give everyone a little bit of a 30,000 foot view. Once they kicked me out of high school, I realized I had the entrepreneurial DNA, and over the last 20 plus years, I've been fortunate enough to have built and sold 3 companies, 3 different industries, and also crashed one to the ground. And that wisdom that I built from in that window of time with that business that I crashed to the ground, there's not a university in this world that could have taught me the lessons that now I can share, right, with others. And I know that, as you know, we're going to be sharing a stage shortly, which I'm so pumped for. And what I love to be able to do is tie in the personal development, the mindset, the mystic with the practical.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the dynamic duo. That's the power couple when it comes to life and business. So we're going to be talking about, and one of the things you mentioned is you have people in this audience that are doing it and they're struggling. They're trying to figure out, how do you rise above the noise in your industry? And that's what I love to share with people. And everything I share from stage, everything I share with my clients literally came from my businesses, right? Good or bad. So I have one of the things called the 3 C's.
Okay.
And I know we mentioned, I mentioned this before, but one of the 3 C's in branding, in marketing in 2020 versus 2004. That's so many people are finding themselves marketing and branding in 2004, not 2020. And that's it's such a, again, we talk about level of awareness. You need to understand who you are, but you also need to understand where you're at, right? And where you're going, where everything is going. And the platforms we have today are second to none, to where I believe 2004, the business brand you wanted to build your business brand so eventually your personal brand could catch up. I believe it's reverse now. I believe the platforms we have today, when you can explode your personal brand, your business brand will follow. And brand loyalty is and always will be king. The difference is, back in the day, we used to think brand loyalty was only Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Nike, right? It's a game changer. It's Trina. It's Daley-The, the Monster Motivator, right? Because brand loyalty is king. You know what that maps to? Trust. And trust is everything when you can build that. So the 3 C's, when you're building your personal brand so your business brand can follow, is you want curiosity. You want to get people's attention. Daley-The, the Monster Motivator, this crazy guy with a cutoff shirt, doesn't believe in sleeves. Who is this guy, right? You want that curiosity. You want to catch their attention. And when I'm on stage, I actually use my book, because my table of contents was formatted from the 3 C's. Next is going to be the creativity. So now you have their attention, but you need it in your flavor. Because if you think that you're just going to appeal to everybody, you're going to water yourself down and you're going to disappear, right? So you have to, and what's this do? When you can tie into that creativity, your flavor, what happens is, in order for you to do that on a consistent basis in a big scale, you have to have that bulletproof self-image. because you have to believe in yourself. And here's the thing. If we were live in front of this audience, I'm going to ask you this question. How many people here have a social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever? 98, 100% of the people are going to raise their hand.
Right.
You know what that means? You're a global
brand.
You're a global brand, whether you like it or not, right? You have a global brand. So now how do you leverage that? So the creativity is your flavor. And last but not least, that maps us to connection. So you have curiosity, creativity, and connection. Connection means trust. And in business and in a personal relationship or a business relationship, that has to have neon signs around it, right? Trust is everything. When you lose trust in a brand, personal or business, it's over. Game over, right? Game over. That's why multi-billion-dollar companies have budgets just for PR, right? It has to be, you have to create that trust. So knowing where you're at versus where we were 2004 to 2020 is the game changer, because at the end of the day, the evolution train is leaving with or without you. The question is, are you getting on or are you getting run over?
Yeah, it's happening. It's happening. And you get on
by the second.
Right. Yes.
By the second, I remember I went into. I'm very technically challenged, right? So I know I have to enhance my weaknesses. I went into Geek Squad one day. They know me by name. Hey, how's your family? Good. So
right.
I show him my phone. I said, hey, I wanted to see if I can get a case for that. The guy looks at the phone. This is about 2 years ago. He looks at the phone and he starts laughing. And he goes in the back and I see two girls. Their shoulders are going up and down. Come back and go, oh, this is almost a year old. We don't have those cases anymore. I go, but that shows you our evolution.
Yeah.
We're living in a time like never before.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we are a global brand. We're going live from your home office.
Right? And there's people all over the world right now. I have an international group. There's people in Ireland. There's people in the UK right now watching this.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It's insane, right?
Yeah.
For free.
Yes. Thank you. Mind blown. Thank you. I needed that for this Saturday morning. Yeah.
Right? We are living in such a time where if you have excuses, all you're doing is getting in the way. You just have to, one of the things that Tom Bilyeu, who built Quest bars from 0 to $1.2 billion brand in 8 years, said to me, he goes, Dave, if there's one thing I can share with everybody out there that helped create my success, he said, is when I want to learn something new, I find the people that have been there and done it and are currently doing it. He goes, and I sit at their feet. Now, this is a man that built $1 billion brand in 8 years. You want to talk about when he shared that with me? We were together. He was doing my podcast. You want to talk about a humbling moment? Like what? He goes, yeah, I sit at their feet and I learn. And I think more people, I think that message really needs to be out there, right? Is find who's doing it. Yeah. Find who has done it. Yeah. Sit at their feet and learn. I love that.
Yeah. If your mouth's open, you're not learning.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Love it.
Well, fantastic. Well, I'm excited. So we have the 3 C's. Mm-hmm. And so how do we use that in our business? Like, give me like an example.
So when you're talking about your personal brand, right? Yeah. Your business brand, you follow those 3 C's when you're doing marketing, when you're doing when you're creating that brand, whether it applies to everything. Like I said, my book, well, if I have a copy of my book, but my book in my table of contents follows the 3 C's. And from stage, I'll actually share that on my slides and break it all down. But you want to, in your branding, in your marketing, you want to create that curiosity, because you need to rise above the noise in your industry and
Right.
elevate your position, right? So the curiosity a lot of times will be either your logo, could be your tagline, it could be your content, whether
Yeah.
it's video, written. You want to follow these 3 C's. So whenever you're branding or marketing, follow those 3 C's. Ask yourself, does this content, does this logo, does this picture create curiosity, right?
Uh-huh.
Does it have my creativity? Does it have my flavor? Right?
Yeah.
So many
Right.
people have brands that are all over the spectrum because they're trying to appeal to everybody.
Right.
Right? Now nobody knows really who you are. That's why the best marketers in the world tell you niche
Yes.
down,
Hmm.
niche, go deep, not wide.
Yeah.
When you stay deep, all of a sudden the width starts to grow.
Right.
But it starts to grow with your ideal clientele,
Yeah.
right? So, because that's who you connect with. Like we talked about earlier, there's some people that you just click with. And
Right.
there's others you're like, okay, just
Yeah.
move on, right?
Right.
I'm not everybody's flavor. I
Right.
get that. And
No.
I'm not supposed to be, right? I'm
Right.
not supposed to be. But when so the greatest compliment I could ever get from stage, digital or physical stage, is he just kept it real.
Yeah.
That's all I promise you, whether you like me, whether you don't, whether you agree with me, whether you don't, I promise you when you leave, you're going to say, but he kept it real.
But he
That's
kept it real.
right. So I want to touch on something. So part of what my superpowers, I call, we all have superpowers, is branding in 2020 and help people build their self-image to where they could show up authentically, show up real in your flavor. In order to do that, we have to go back to personal development. And one of the programs that a digital program I have, and my book, the digital program is called Knockout Fear in the First Round, right? And I also have an ebook called The Monster Under the Bed. So you ready?
Oh.
You
Okay.
ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're 10 years old. You're in your room. The lights are out. It's pitch dark.
Uh-huh.
You're under the covers and you hear this sound. And you know for sure it's a big green hairy monster ready to eat you, right? Now we've all been there, right? I mean,
Right.
I was just there last week.
Yeah.
Until an adult comes in, turns on the lights, you look under the bed, and what is it? There's no monster. And that's what happens when we become adults. We create this illusion of this big green hairy monster, right? Your job is to turn those lights on so you can see it for what it is. And one of the biggest fears that everyone has, and it's so limiting, is the fear. You ready? The
Yeah.
fear of what other people think.
Yeah.
You ready? I have that fear barrier's kryptonite.
What is it?
Here it is. First of all, you have to wrap your brain around and understand and accept that we are human beings and
Okay.
we judge.
Yes.
It's who we are. It's what we do, right? I'm judged on a daily basis for my appearance
Yep.
and everything else. So when you can understand that, now you can take the next step in how to crush that dreaded fear barrier forever. So you're going to judge.
Okay.
I'm going to judge. Your only job when you're judged is to make them accurate. And in order to do that, you just got to be you.
Yeah.
So when I had my sports and nutrition store, I'd be in there. I had people come in all the time and they'd ask me questions about, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that. So we're helping them with their goals and get the right products. And I'd hear all the time, and even the guys that work for me used to laugh. After we connect and figure out their products and their goals, they'd say, I hear it all the time. They go, "You're so much nicer than we thought." I said, "Yeah, I know. I hear that." I said, "Me and my dog hear that all the time because I have a pit bull, right? And he looks so mean, but he's the biggest baby ever." So I said, "Yeah, I'm just a big teddy bear." And they just laughed. "You're so much nicer than we thought." I even had a guy tell me, and we became friends. He was an Escondido detective. He goes, you're a lot smarter than you look. I go, yeah, thanks.
That's always nice to hear.
I
Sort of.
love it. But here's the thing. What that tells you is now you just have to make them accurate. In
Yeah.
order to do that, you have to know who you are and be confident enough, have a self-image strong enough to put it out there.
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yes, absolutely. That's awesome. I'm so excited. So, we touched on it a little bit earlier, but let's talk a little bit about November 7th, 8th, and 9th. What we are doing there?
Fire, baby, fire.
I'm so excited. It's gonna be fantastic. Dave and I are speaking together on stage at the Lexus Center. And so for those of you who don't know, Lexus built a center where you can do trainings and have meetings, but it is so incredibly gorgeous where we get to go. And they have Ventana, a beautiful restaurant is there. It's a wine bar, amazing food. And so we are speaking at the Women's CEO Summit, and you went to go see the event center the other day. How'd that go?
You ready for this?
Yeah.
You know what I did? You know what I have on my phone? I have pictures of some of the furniture that I want to find out who built them so I can put them in my office. I love this place.
Yeah.
I love the whole concept. I was blown away. I've never been there, right? And I go down the freeway and look, and it's one of those things where I got to get in there, right? But I never took the chance. I mean, it's shops and art galleries, beautiful restaurant with a beautiful view. The room that we're going to be in, absolutely gorgeous. I was so blown away. I said to Sohaila, the event planner, I said, our next mastermind with all of our speakers, we got to have it here. She goes, yeah. So I know we are having it. I go, this is the energy. Like it's not going to be an event. It's going to be an experience.
Yes.
Like it's VIP parking, right?
Yes.
Gourmet food,
Yeah.
and the whole atmosphere is just off the chain.
So one of the things that I found is, and I learned this from Jack Canfield, is what he does is he holds events in beautiful 5-star places because it helps you with your visualization.
Subconscious.
So when the people go and attend this event, they are going to get a high-class luxury, valet parking, gourmet lunch, beautiful environment for 3 days with incredible speakers, trainers, coaches that are going to be teaching you tools, like things that we've learned that took us years to learn. We crafted it down, and it's like, if I could share one thing with you, like for me, like what am I going to share? And Dave is like, what is he going to share? And then, we have Patty Aubrey as a keynote. She's coming in. Sohaila, the founder who put it on, is absolutely incredible. She's been in Escondido for years and years and years. She's what would you call her? She's a businesswoman, but a professional belly dancer. She's dancing in front of presidents and dignitaries, and
she's a Renaissance woman.
Yes. And she's going to teach us a little bit of dancing. I'm very excited. It's going to be fantastic. Yes.
Yes.
It's going to be awesome.
Yes, it is. And I love it because there's such a wide array of topics, right? Going from personal development, the mindset, right? The mystic, I call it, and the practical. We have a mutual contact business associate, Tom Lattigard, right? Tom's an attorney that's going to share with you how to start your LLC, why would you want to be incorporated, how to protect your names on the legal end. Then we have the mystic, the personal development, and we have everything in between. So, and not only that, the real world people that are actually doing it.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
That's the difference too for me.
This is not somebody the speakers are all people that are currently in the trenches. They're currently doing it right now.
Yep.
So it's fantastic. I'm very excited about all of the speakers that are going to be there. We have the founder, the beta founder of LinkedIn, Sean Cassidy, is going to be there. He's going to show you, LinkedIn for us in business a lot of the people in my group are a little bit scared of LinkedIn. Like they don't exactly know how to use it. And we're going to have the beta founder, the guy who created it. He's going to be there. Patty Aubrey is the president of Canfield Training Company. Like she's really the woman behind the man. Like Jack trusts her so much, he made her president of his company. So we have just the people that we have. Ileana Rosas is going to be there, and I got to interview her the other day, and she's incredible. She talks about NLP and how to get yourself in the zone.
And not only that, how much it's changed her life.
Yeah,
she's a walking testimonial for what she teaches. Right.
She told me she lost like 60 pounds and found the love of her life, and it's just pretty, just I'm so excited for everyone. It's 3 days of absolute amazingness. Very,
how about the women veterans?
Oh my gosh, the veteran. Wait, okay, yes. Let you take it away. Talk about the veterans. What we're doing for women veterans.
So we're supporting women veterans, and anybody that wants more information, we're going to have some links down below. But it's all about women in business, empowering women, because look, at the end of the day, I believe, and I've said this multiple times from stages, the baddest human being on the planet is a good woman. And my definition of a good woman is simple. She handles her business personally and professionally. If anybody doesn't think that that's an accurate statement, just let me take you into any professional office right now, lawyer, doctor, dentist, chiropractor, and you tell me who's running the show. And those same women are also running the show at home, right? They're raising their family. So they just have to be reminded what to bring to the table. And that's what I love about this event. And it's not just for women. Men are invited too, businessmen, as long as you support women in business.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want to definitely talk about sponsors, right?
Yeah.
And exhibitors. If you have a business and your audience has any women in it, and you don't want to sponsor this or be an exhibitor, you're really, especially local, you're really missing it. We're looking at close to 200 business women, right?
Yeah.
That spend money, right? And want and need and use products and services that so many businesses offer. We're going to get you in front of your ideal audience. And we're going to promote you.
You're going to want to show up there. So we already have, you went out and got a few sponsors last week. I know, was it First Bank of Escondido? Which bank was that?
I think it was First Bank that they were talking to. And I just, right now, I'm literally, when we get off of here, I'm sending the sponsorship over to Chase.
Yes, fantastic.
Yes.
So Chase already said that they would help with volunteers.
Right.
We have just, it's going to be an amazing off the hook event. I'm super excited about it. So that's November 7th, 8th, and 9th. We will put the link. Dave, put your link in the comment section. People can buy tickets. So I was talking to Sohaila, she's the founder, and she said that anyone watching this video, because we are speakers at the event, they get VIP for the general admission price. So it's a limited time offer, but if you click on the link that Dave puts in there, you guys are going to get in for VIP. It's super exciting.
And the combined reach of all the speakers, we did some math on this. The combined reach is over 2 million people in our social media platforms and our email list. Here's one of the things that I always share is 2004 was what you knew and who you knew.
Yes.
2020 is what you know, it's who you know, but who knows you?
But who knows you? Exactly. Well, it's there, and we're gonna have it set up. We're gonna be honoring some women veterans. We're gonna have some exhibitors there that specifically cater to women. And there's gonna be fabulous speakers. It's going to be an amazing 3 days. We're going to put all the information in for all of you that are wondering. All the information will be in the comments section. Thank you so much for being here today.
Awesome, awesome. You know what we should do in the notes is also put a link to the location, right? The restaurant. Show people how cool this place is.
That's a great idea. Okay, I will do that and you do the other links.
All right.
So you got it. Okay, awesome. Thank you for being here today, and I will see you real soon. Bye, everybody.
Thanks.